With Emmett Brown, SJSU quarterback. Emmett, first game on Thursday, you guys put up 42 points. You guys look really good out there despite, a little bit of a rough start. I'm curious, it was your first career start in your collegiate career. Were you just kind of anxious just to get out there, after all the work that you've been putting in? Obviously, it's a big moment for you, battle at the camp. Maybe not so much nerves, but just anxiousness out there going into the game on Thursday?
I mean, excitement too, for sure. I think that's definitely one of those. I mean, it's been two years since I've last played started a game in high school, so kind of get the opportunity again was kind of I'm very grateful for that, and kind of was a big blessing. But yeah, I mean, anxious, excitement. I mean, you always have pregame nerves. I mean, that's just, it comes with it. I mean, kind of all those emotions going through, and then it's kind of opening off to an easy start. But I mean, who doesn't like adversity at the beginning of the game? And start 14 points down, and to have a really good comeback as a team is a great team win. And I think everyone contributed to that, and it was a good way to start the season.
Being down 14-0 against Sac State early, I'm curious on what was the message on the sidelines at that point in the game, and who was delivering that message?
Yeah, well, I mean, for one, Sac State's a great program, so we knew. Of course. We knew down 14, we really had to pick it up as an offense and kind of just get the ball on. Our defense was, playing the butts off. We gave them 2 really short fields, and that's really hard as a defense. So we knew that we had to pick it up, and it wasn't one person saying something. We all looked at each other and was like, hey, we got to go right here on this drive, and we went down there, finally put some points on the board, and that was a key. That was a really crucial drive for us as an offense, just to show that we can go score points and we can do this too, and then obviously give our defense some relief and some support. Hey, we're gonna go out there, score some points, get us one stop, we'll get us back in the game. But it wasn't, I want to say, one person who said something. I think we all kind of collectively knew we had to step up as an offense, and we did.
It was kind of a weird first half, at least from my perspective in a way, because you guys only had the ball for 10 minutes. Very limited possessions. Part of that, kind of being the turnovers, them using a lot of clock. Where you kind of was the message pretty positive, only being down 3 going into the break?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't even mention about the score, man. We just knew that at half it's 0-0 now, so it's a brand new ball game, and we had to go out there and execute to find a win. And I think the team in halftime, we all knew that tons of mistakes happen. I mean, it's the first game, it's the first half of the season, right? Mistakes are going to come. And we knew that we made mistakes, but there's opportunities, there's holes that we found, and so for us, it was going out there, just continue to execute the game plan, trust what Coach Jess was calling as an offense. He puts us in really good situations to win, and we went out there and just executed what he called, and when we do, you see we're very explosive offense.
In the second half, I thought when you guys were up 10 points, one of the better drives. Obviously you want to score every drive, but you guys were up 10 there and just chewed out a lot of clock just from running the ball. Maybe obviously you want to score every drive, but based on the situation, would you say, okay, that was pretty positive? Kind of putting the Hornets away here. How your evaluation on that drive, even though you guys ended up punting the ball away?
Yeah, I mean, you want to finish every drive with points, of course. But, I mean, for us, the amount of turnovers we had in the game, just for us to, not turn the ball over, obviously, we're not really thinking about clock. Well, I mean, we are, but we aren't in this situation, right? It's still early. We're just trying to make sure we give our defense some relief. We got there to score some points so they can play carefree and just, play their butts off. So, for us, just, continue to make some good plays. And, obviously, you want to finish in the end zone or finish with some sort of points, but a good coach told me to say you always want to finish with a kick. So we finished with a kick, and that's okay.
You guys started running. You guys got obviously the passing attack going with Nick Nash and Justin Lockhart in there sprinkled in. But I'm very curious to get your perspective on what it's like handing off to Floyd Chalk, because he very quietly had himself a good game, 2 touchdowns, 80 yards for the way you guys were slinging it out there. We were on student radio just talking about Floyd Chalk, and we just kept using the word bulldozer and bruising. Is that kind of like the way he is? The way when you hand him the ball, he just goes?
Yeah, I mean, Floyd and Jabari, I mean, those are 2 really good backs. I mean, obviously Floyd had a couple good explosive runs, and Jabari's gonna have a couple more too. So I wouldn't discredit anything. I mean, they're both great backs. They're both gonna ball out. But no, Floyd himself had a really good game. We put him in some really good situations. He made some really good reads when he had the ball in his hand. Some really good plays, and we've always known Floyd's a playmaker in the game. He's a game time player, which is good, and Jabari's a baller too. When Jabari gets the ball in his hands, I mean, you'll see the speed, later in the season. But I'm really excited for those 2 backs. It was a really good start for them. I'm kind of get the feet wet in the water in the San Jose State and get going.
Obviously we got to talk Nick Nash real quick. Career high in receptions, career high in yardage, even passed for a touchdown. Love that trick play that you guys installed early in the first half. I'm curious, what is it like throwing at Nick Nash, and it's because just he's always open. You guys have like
Always.
early, easy connection here. Going into week 2 or early, you guys look great.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Nick being a former quarterback, it definitely helps a ton. For one, he's able to help the receivers just kind of get an understanding of what we're trying to see as quarterbacks. But then, we're on the same page of talking about, hey, when he gets this leverage or coverage, makes it easy. And then, I mean, his catch rate is just ridiculous. I mean, let's be honest. If you put the ball just in a vicinity, he's going to go make a play. And I'm excited. I think this offense really complements his play style, what he does. And I think what we saw on Thursday is just like the start. I think Nick is obviously going to draw a ton of attention now from a lot of teams defensively, and so we're going to be able to showcase a bunch of the other receivers out. I mean, we have a bunch of studs. This room is loaded. I mean, obviously we highlight Nick and Justin, but we got guys like Matt, Trayshawn, Seabass. I mean, these are guys who are going to make plays for us. So obviously, Nick Nash is a star in that room, but there's a bunch of little gems in there as well.
One more for you before we go. What is it going to take against the Air Force Falcons next Saturday? Because it's a team that likes to run the ball. Possessions are going to be limited.
Yeah.
What is it going to take to get a W on the road? Because ball control, I feel like, is going to be very important in this game.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, their offense is going to chew up clock, and that's just known. So we got to take, each possession has to be at a premium. We have to go put points on the board, whether it's a field goal or touchdowns, but we have to go put points on the board. We know the opportunities are limited with the ball, and so we just got to take care of it for us and make sure that, defense, we get them, backed up on defense, and they do their thing, and then offense, we got to make sure we capitalize when we get the ball. We saw what, teams who run that type of offense do this past weekend, and, chew up clock, and so, we got to, take our opportunities when we get them.
There you go. If we don't talk next week, best of luck going into Air Force.
Thank you, bud.